Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Only in the darkness can you see the stars. Let no man pull you so low as to hate him. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but he must take it because his conscience tells him it is right. Everybody can be great, because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. You only need a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love. No one really knows why they are alive until they know what they die for. A man who won't die for something is not fit to live. We must build dikes of courage to hold back the flood of fear. Those who are not looking for happiness are the most likely to find it, because those who are searching forget that the surest way to be happy is to seek happiness for others. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. Never succumb to the temptation of bitterness. No person has the right to reign on your dreams. You will change your mind. You will change your looks. You will change your smile, laugh, and ways, but no matter what you change, you will always be you. Whatever your life's work is, do it well. A man should do his job so well that the living, the dead, and the unborn could do it no better. Everything that we see is a shadow cast by that which we do not see. The art of acceptance is the art of making someone who has just done you a small favor wish that he might have done you a greater one. A genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. I have a dream that one day, little black boys and girls will be holding hands with little white boys and girls. Never be afraid to do what's right, especially if the well-being of a person or animal is at stake. Society's punishments are small compared to the wounds we inflict on our soul when we look the other way. Forgiveness is not an occasional act, it is a constant attitude. We are not makers of history, we are made by history. Every man must decide whether he will walk in the light of creative altruism or in the darkness of destructive selfishness. There is nothing more tragic than to find an individual bogged down in the length of life, devoid of breath. We must use time creatively in the knowledge that the time is always ripe to do right. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. We may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. All labor that uplifts humanity has dignity and importance, and should be undertaken with painstaking excellence. An individual has not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. Shallow understanding from people of goodwill is more frustrating than absolute misunderstanding from people of ill will. The quality, not the longevity, of one's life is what is important. A lie cannot live. The past is prophetic in that it asserts loudly that wars are poor chisels for carving out peaceful tomorrows. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into friend. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. This is why right, temporarily defeated, is stronger than evil triumphant. There can be no deep disappointment where there is not deep love. We must develop and maintain the capacity to forgive. He who is devoid of the power to forgive is devoid of the power to love. There is some good in the worst of us, and some evil in the best of us. When we discover this, we are less prone to hate our enemies. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Non-violence is absolute commitment to the way of love. Love is not emotional bash. It is not empty sentimentalism. It is the active outpouring of one's whole being into the being of another. Man must evolve, for all human conflict, a method which rejects revenge, aggression, and retaliation. The foundation of such a method is love. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. 10,000 fools proclaim themselves into obscurity, while one wise man forgets himself into immortality. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. That old law about an eye for an eye leaves everybody blind. The time is always right to do the right thing. If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. Change does not roll out on the wheels of inevitability, but comes through continuous struggle. We are prone to judge success by the index of our salaries or the size of our automobiles, rather than by the quality of our service and relationship to mankind. Not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great, because greatness is determined by service. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. The soft-minded man always fears change. He feels security in the status quo, and he has an almost morbid fear of the new. For him, the greatest pain is the pain of a new idea. We cannot walk alone. He who passively accepts evil is as much involved in it as he who helps to perpetrate it. He who accepts evil without protesting against it is really cooperating with it. I am not interested in power for power's sake, but I'm interested in power that is moral, that is right, and that is good. Human progress is neither automatic nor inevitable. Every step toward the goal of justice requires sacrifice, suffering, and struggle. The tireless exertions and passionate concern of dedicated individuals. People fail to get along because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other. They don't know each other because they have not communicated with each other. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. We will not remember the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. We must learn to live together as brothers, or perish together as fools. All progress is precarious, and the solution of one problem brings us face to face with another problem. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. The moral arc of the universe bends at the elbow of justice. Returning hate for hate multiplies hate, adding deeper darkness to a night already devoid of stars. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Hate multiplies hate. Violence multiplies violence. And toughness multiplies toughness in a descending spiral of destruction.